platform given by AMTOI and its member to focus on the sea cargo manifestation details, where we will be mostly discussing the manifestation processes that trade is right now struggling to understand and implement individually. So now more or less everybody have understood that there is a new rule being implemented, and it is going on for a very long time, 2018, and we had COVID in between, and the implementation got delayed somehow. So right now we are in a stage that there are some location, the CBIC already directed to implement the SCMTR processes, and thereafter it is going on. I will not say smoothly, but so far it is a good rate that we have understood. The filing are being successfully being uploaded, manifested, and also there are locations where still the uh, supplementaries for the IGM or EGM manifestation is going on. So the parallel system can be run, and we don't miss anything. Even for the CBIC team, they don't miss anything for receiving the updates. So basically, the entire concept of SCMTR is to bind the entire trade. I'll just give a small, details about what is SCMTR and what we were doing in the US. So basically, for export, if I say EDI, EGM, or the EGM, Export General Manifest, is basically was a replica of the shipping bill that we used to have. Now a CHA, he delivers the, or the forwarder or the custom house broker, they deliver the export general manifest to the customs, and they prepare the Leo copy. The Leo copy being printed, or after COVID it was mandatory as a PDF copy. It was supplied back to the users, and they used to submit that document to the concerned MLO or the line of the agency. Now, after that, the liner responsibility or the MLO's responsibility goes, they need to update all this information in a system and create a electronic data interface which can be interacted with the custom systems, which we call as IceGate. So now the system has been changed. The concept has came basically from European countries, that why we have to trace and track the same data that we already have. We need something which we want to trace and compare with our system or our data. Now, what is that? That is the BL record. Now, customs want, or the CBIC want, we have to track the details or to tally the details of your BL and our shipping bill report, so that everything goes perfect and your data can be manifested. So that is a good thing altogether. So what we are doing, they initially started with a very long process. Now, after speaking with different associations or individual or the companies, they have made it more user friendly today, that how we can collect and gather all this information and can put up our files, and we all the stakeholders, not only for the lines, now for your exporters, shippers, CHAs, or your forwarders, everybody have that independent situation, that they can create the file, they can create their manifest, they can directly upload the details to CBIC, and later they can share the acknowledgement to the concerned MLOs. So that is the basic concept, that how there is CMCR and how it is working at the moment. Now, who are the stakeholders? Now, they have given some attributes of the name, as per the designation, and the file that we have to submit to CBIC portal. Now, one is, as I said, shipping lines or the carriers. There are forwarders, NVOCCs, consolidators, I'll say customs house brokers, the carriers, the custodians, mainly highlighted for the CFS or the ICTs, and the port terminals. So you can see every stakeholders are combined with this process, which comes and called as SCMTR, and everybody have to pass on information compared to their cargo tracking or container tracking. Everything now can be shared with customs, Indian customs. So as you see, there are names, certain names for the carriers. They are called as an authorized sea carrier or authorized sea agents. Now, what will be their role? They will be the whole and sole responsible to file up certain messages like sea arrival manifest, which we today we call as a IGN, sea departure manifest, which is the export general manifest, and there are some extra details which earlier we don't have to do it, but now we have to file it, we have to file with the certain process and timeline, which call as sea departure notification or sea entry inwards. These are basically related to the vessel storage or vessel, crew details, all these husbandry kind of. And what will be the role of forwarders, NVOCCs, or the shippers? So they will be called as authorized notified carriers. And what will be the role? They will be filing their manifest, which is more or related to the cargo. So their file will be called as a CSN. So CSN will be filed by the forwarders. The liners can also file the CSN. The NBOCCs can also file the CSN. So everybody can file the CSN and share their respective acknowledgement with the other. Other, when I say it's not everybody, but authorized sea carriers who will be lastly responsible to take up the final manifest to CBIC portal. And there are other stakeholders like CFS and the railways or the carriers. They will be more or less filing the inward and outward of the container, so that can be also tracked down. So, like what is the, as I said, the basic idea for this SCMTR rule is to end-to-end shipment tracking. As you can see, the stakeholders, it starts from port, then to the liner, to the forwarders, and to the carriers. So end-to-end cargo tracking, whether it is a container or a cargo, that can be tracked. And also, as I said, this concept being taken from European continent. Um, so there is a acceptance of this information worldwide. So it can be easily shared with the other. Okay. So the registration process, there is a bit very first, as I said, ki the registration, when any forwarder or any member want to register themselves with the IceGate to get this facility of SCMTR, they have to go by a standard procedure of registration. One point is very important. You all need to, whenever you register, you have to, get your digital signature will be required later on when you produce the, output file, the JSON file. And there you need to put your digital signature, which will be linked with your PAN details and all details. And then the verification of the validation will happen in the customs, custom system or custom server. Then your acknowledgement and the acceptance will be there. So I'm not going very deep in how the registration happened, because I guess more or less all the members have now registered themselves. So after registration, they'll give, your user credential and every details will be given, as I said. And the most important part, to get your digital signature. So in SCMTR, there are some terms, as I said, given for particular responsible parties like shipping lines, forwarders, or the carriers. So there are certain attributes are also given for the entire exchange of message. When you share your manifest with IceGate, there will be some terms like PCIN, CSN, then your SAM. So those are the attributes I have given over here to give a clear picture what are those. If I go one by one, it will be very lengthy. To cut short, I will say like when we discuss CSN, it will be cargo summary notification, which is mainly related to declare your cargo, to the IceGate portal. And when we say for a departure manifest, it is again cargo, then container, and the also related to your vessel. So there are certain messages have certain information which we have to pass on to the CBIC portal. In CSN also there are two types. When we say CSN, it's not a single message. It's basically import and export wise there will be two different messages. Like for import it will be sea cargo entry, which will be done by the forwarders or the NVOCCs, and SCX, which is a sea cargo exit, mainly for the export cargo. You have to declare your cargo details. Here, the shipping bill details also will be required when the PCN number, the CN number, cargo identification number, will be important to map both the information of shipping bill as well as for your BL record. Like I say, so these are the messages and the stakeholder details will share to the customs. For ASA, means the shipping liner or the feeder operator or the vessel operator, they will be mostly sharing the arrival manifest. SDM again by the same stakeholders. Now SCE and SCX are the forwarders, slot partners, NVOs, shipper. Everybody can do their part of manifestation directly with the cascade. No need of sharing your important documents to the liner. You can do your part independently and share the acknowledgement details to the liner. So you can also, keep your data intact with you, so that any kind of commercial, those part can't be exposed, and you can share your acknowledgement to file up the final manifest. Okay, so what are the documents will be required for filing of arrival manifest? Though maybe we don't have any ASA or ASC in this webinar, but still I would like to clarify that the bill of lading is a very important part for sea arrival manifest, which need to be submitted again well in advance. Once the vessel is sell out from the foreign port to Indian port, that time the entire details has to be filed in IceGate. And for sea departure manifest, I'm sorry, sea departure manifest, we have to file out all the details related to your BL, and also the CI number, which will be a bridge or a key number in between shipping bill. So those details have to be filed before the vessel sailed off from any Indian port to the foreign port or the next port. As I said, the departure has to be filed before the vessel sailed from the port of loading, the foreign port. Then your sea arrival manifestation happened, and the sea arrival amendment, if any, this will be done by the ASA or the ASC. For Indian port arrival, once the vessel is arrived to the Indian water territory, the sea entry inward required to be done. That is related to your vessel husbandry or the vessel storage, crew details, and everything. And later on, once similarly for the vessel going out of the Indian water, before that the sea departure manifest has to be filed, and also the sea departure notification during that time. So this is the same thing, for filing of cargo notification, summary notification, the information has to be put in advance. Why in advance? Because when you file your cargo summary notification, you also have to pass those acknowledgement or the information to the ACN, AC, AC, ASC. So they can also prepare, they can consolidate all the records at their end, and they can also create their departure manifest, and they can put up the file finally. So the scenario here I have given that how a container being coming to different Indian ports, like a voyage is, first called at Mundra ports. There will be few containers will be discharged and few containers will stay on board. And similarly for export, few containers will be loaded and the same vessel will be coming to Navashiva, then Kochi, and later it will be going out. So how the manifestation will happen? So the port of call first is Mundra. So once the vessel is started from the foreign port, the information has to be filed. The CSN import CSN also has to be filed for Navashiva, when the vessel is there at Mundra, between that time, all the manifestation has to be filed, before the vessel reach to JNPT. And for Kochi, on the similarly same thing. Any container or any cargo resting on board, that also have to be filed, because everywhere the tracing and tracking will be required, that any container is being landed on India territory or not. So every time all these location manifest, they have to again repeatedly share this information. So how they do, not maybe the entire details has to be filed. So the first port, when they file up the information, they'll get an acknowledgement, and that acknowledgement can be, carry forward with every single messages that Navashiva does, or the Cochin office, Cochin location, or any other location they do. They can carry forward those details. Okay, so there are time, as I saying, there are some time, but within time period, the manifestation has to be filed. So there are three types of time strap that has been given for the longer haulage, for the medium haulage, and the for shorter haulage. For example, if any vessel coming from any US port, that will be treated as longer haulage. And I guess there are some amendment done in the act that now within 72 hours or within 48 hours for the longer haulage, the manifest has to be filed. For medium haulage, like for any from Middle East, the vessel is coming to Western Port of India or any Southern or Eastern Port of India, those can be treated as medium haulage. And there is again a time strap being designed. And for shorter haulage, like any feeder service from Colombo to Tuticorin, something like that, within a 8 hours time period. And that file, when this manifestation, you have to file when the vessel, start from Colombo. It has to be filed with that period. So what are the takeaways for all these messages? So when ANC has to file up their details. So when we say CSN, it basically related to your cargo. So you're declaring your cargo details as per the BL. And also there is a equipment, because you have to highlight this equipment carry this kind of cargo. So what are the details they need? They need the BL data. It can be house BL, it can be your master BL, the vessel details, the VCN details. The VCN, of course, will be declared by the customs, and that VCN will be required. Not the one which is port is declared. It is the customs, because that is the first step. Whenever a vessel being declared, the rotation and the VCN being declared. So that VCN number will be required. Your IMO of the vessel is required, because that is the your key for that vessel. You have to declare your IMO, the vessel, voyage, your nature of the cargo. Everything comes up into your BL. Importer details, your importer details. If it is importer, then IC or PAN. Now, for the present scenario, the for importer it is the IEC is going on. For exporter, it has to be the PAN, which goes into, and you have to declare it in the system of yours. So the manifestation can be done successfully. The notify party name, again, the PAN will be required. The place of acceptance, the port of origin, the port of loading, the port of delivery, loading, FPOD, POD, all this information you have to put it. Like those information you will get it from your BL, or else it can be shared in your let export copies. The MEL cargo marks and numbers, again, you can see those all, you can see all the information are basically of the cargo. Now, extra thing, whatever it goes, like vessel details and the equipment details. When I'm saying equipment, it is a container. Okay, so here you can see the VGM also has to be declared, the container number, seal, all this information. So once you consolidate and get all this information, you can prepare. There is a prescribed format where you need to, create your manifest, that is called JSON, which need to be later on, you need to put a digital signature, which is registered with your IceGate registration. And once everything process complete, you have to upload your JSON on the IceGate portal. Once you do this, you will receive an acknowledgement to your register email ID. And later on, if it is successful, you will you can forward that successful acknowledgement to the concerned MLO or the ASC or the ASC. Now, apart from that, the carriers, what they does, they will also update all these details, whatever available for preparing of CSC, and they will add on more. Okay, like vessel details and everything, they need to add on. For railway, there is MCN numbers, PCN numbers, all these details. So basically, you can see these are the takeaways that all the separate entities or the separate stakeholders have to do from their part to file up their own manifest. So there is a details that I have shown here for the sea arrival manifest. Apart from the cargo details, as I said, this husbandry details, crew, your ship store, all this information comes. But for the case, if all the members in AMTOI, I guess, are basically will play the role of ANC, you don't have to do this. And also for the consolidator, how they will work, they will do the MCIN details. They will consolidate all the PCN into one MCIN, and they can share their details on IceGate portal. This is sea departure manifest. More or less, it is same, again related to your consolidation of CSN and your house bill details. You need to incorporate your vessel details and the PCN number. Here the PCN number means one shipping bill, or its call is one PCN number. That is the identity. So that is the reason I said, the shipping bill or the rate export copy is also similarly required when you need the BL record also for checking and consolidating all your records and share it with IceGate. So as I said, this primary cargo identification number, everybody nowadays have started, seeing this Leo copy in PDF. They come with the CIN number, primary cargo identification number. So the one shipping bill call as a one PCI. For import, it is the one BL1 PCI number. Now, earlier it was with 18 digits. Now it is come with 19 digits. So for cargo summary notification, this advance information passing will be required. So whenever for your export, you do your CSN, you need to have your house BL. In case of any forwarder, you need to mark it if this house BL comes under this master BL and the PCN number. So the entire chain of notification and the bridging of information will come, so that when you file, it goes correctly to the CBIC portal and gives you the correct message. If you don't miss out some information which is mandatory or important, you will start receiving the error message. So master cargo identification is basically related with the multiple primary cargo identification goes for one MCI, and basically for the consolidator who do this LCL kind of thing will be important for them to assign. So they'll get one MCIN number, and they can file that MCIN number as a CIN number over there. So these are the steps of how the CSN sequence has been, you need to file up, for the forwarders can book, and the consolidators, they get a booking, then the shipping will be prepared. In between, there are SIs being also been shared with the liners. Then your BL get verified, and once it is verified, you have the BL, and you submit your shipping bill to the liners. You get your CSN number, you tag that CSN number with your BL record, and you create your JSON file, with the details that you have. And once it is all prepared, you file up your manifest with IceGate. Then you get the CSN, and the CSN later on being transmitted to the shipping line. So these are the steps basically to make you understand how the CSN for import and export being done. I have majorly told you for export. For import, it will be just the opposite. With the bill of entry, you will get the CIN, and you need to prepare your, part of information related to cargo and the container which are supposed to arrive, and you prepare your CSN for import, which I have specified at SCE, and you file up with that, and the notification can be again shared with the MLO or the AC or the ASA, so that they can do their sea arrival manifest. Sea arrival manifest, this is the part that I have just spoken, that how the data can be exchanged globally with the process of third party. The house of bill of lading comes into the picture, the information, how the when the JSON need to be created with the help of PCR number, your CSN file get created, it integrated with the shipping line. Nowadays a lot of parties as a ANC who are not uploading their record or not manifesting their record, rather sharing those information to the shipping line. But I would say, when you have the power to manifest your own detail, you should always accept that and go filing independently, so you don't have to share your business strategies and exposing your records with everybody. So this is the process basically for sea departure manifest, how the process being given. It looks like very complicated, but it is not like that. In cut short, should I say ki collection of information from outside, internal, collaborate it, get those information intact, and add-ons will be like ship details, and you file your SDOs. So these are the filing procedure for AC and ASA, how they do for kind of, when they receive the CSN. Say, as I said, there are two types of ANC that are doing manifestation right now. One is directly filing their manifest with IceGet, and one is sharing their information to the MLOs, asking to do all the details. Now, when you do independently, you will have this, sorry, you will have a acknowledgement, successful acknowledgement. You share those only with the line will be happy to take that record and consolidate in their record when they file up the final manifest. The one who share their information with the ASA or the SSC line has to do all the data processing work. They'll have all your record. They will file up with a house BL against their MBL, and they'll create the entire CD apparel manifest of the CD purchase manifest and file up their entire system. So these are the scenarios where MCIN, that's a master cargo identification number, also comes, like two HBL, two house BL goes for one MCIN. As I said, for consolidator, the parties who do the consolidator SCL cargoes. So for their two PCN stands for one MCL or the multiple. So this is the case basically how the direct filing can be happen. Booking goes, then the forwarders or in between the shipper, they directly get the BL, they update the information and they process their manifestation. So there can be in between the forwarder comes, then the house BL part comes, and the house BL information again the forwarder can do against the actual BL and then file up their own manifestation. So there are, this cutout time and whatever I have given the basis of the shorter haulage that I have given. And the other part of receiving Leo copy that is already there. So those information of BL and Leo comes together, and the bridge is your customer identification number, which go intact with both the messages and the manifestation happens. So again, this is a case two. I'm not going deep into that because mostly there will be lesser audience about this. So I will come directly to the outputs. That will be the most interesting part, and people mostly want to know that how the JSON being created and what are the information it will be required to gather and update and share it with customers. So there's a JSON format that has been used for this entire system, and it is globally accepted. More or less now the technology is being improved. Now we do have a lot of APIs running from one system to another system, system to system talking. So most of them works under JSON. So right now what IceGet has stated that earlier what we used to do as a EDI, that facility can be done through JSON. So what are the flags and previous declaration and all what we are. When I will directly come to the CSN part. So for the primary cargo identification information, the CSN, what are the details will be required? Your BL number and date, port of loading, port of discharge, name and address of the consignee. I have already talked about this in a from of the previous slide about these takeaways. Name and address of the consignee, name and address of the notified. These three information will be required must. Number of packages, cargo description, and this is very important that whatever being declared in BL, the same thing also required to be there in the shipping bill. For example, what happens? See, somebody declares in a shipping bill as rice, and in the BL, someone writes B dot rice. It's maybe brown rice, it may be something basmati rice. Automatically, what happens? This HSN code will give you the error because there will be a different HSN code related to your cargo. So the cargo description should be similar, whatever is coming through SI to your system, and you are declaring in your BL, house BL or master BL, and the information in the shipping bill should be same. Equipment details, that is the container details I have given, the cargo itinerary, wherever it is going, the PAN, the notification for the notified party. As I say, right now the PAN is mandatory to be declared in all your manifestation files. The invoice haulage, which is very important, and that is the reason we say that the ANC should file up their own manifest to IceGate rather than sharing with anybody else. The cargo HSN number, again I say this is also very important. The IMDG code, if any kind of dangerous cargo been declared, all this information should be there properly. So these are the fields. When I see a JSON file, these are the field basically will be required. The submitted type, who is the submitter, like ASA, ASO, ASN, or the CSN. Shipping line code means your PAN number will be your line code. Now SCMTR basically runs through the PAN number is the key value for you and IceGate to exchange the messages. Mode of transport with the sea, rail, and all, because all the stakeholders will be required to submit their individual messages. type of transport means your ship type, purpose of call. All these informations will be mainly required when you're filing your manifest. Maybe all of them doesn't appears on your respective information like CSN and all, but there are few things which are required and given over here. So as I said, this is the slide where I have already explained that what ANC will do and what are the roles the ASA and the AC will, interact in between after between their filing of manifestation. What are the details you, as a role playing by as a ANC, have to share with your ASA or AC. So more or less, this is the complete picture. I have explained about SCMTR, how it is working, and you will be playing your role morely as CSN sender. Basically, you will be doing your SCE and SEX for import and export, and most of them will have their independent registration on customs. Try to do your own manifestation so that you don't expose your data to the world, and that will give you confidence for doing more filing on IceGate. And though there are some gray areas, still their customs people are working, the technical team is working, they will be sorting out all the details. Try to do it so that you gather more confidence and will post all this information correctly, and you will be also start receiving positive response or the correct file response, and can be shared with your authorized sea carriers, whoever takes your containers. So thank you, Harish sir. So we can start with Q&A session. So
Hi
Thank you.
everyone.
Yeah. Uh, Priya, please go ahead. Thank you.
I'll just wait for 2 minutes. People have just started sending in their questions. Let's just wait for 2 minutes and request everyone, please place your questions only on the Q&A box. I have received only one or two. There are more people typing at the moment. So let's just take a 2 minute break and hold on for people to send their questions.
Mr. Bakshi, if you can stop sharing now, then Priya can bring the
yeah,
questions
yeah,
on.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you so much. I think Priya, while they keep typing, let's ask questions and you're mute.
For now, I'll bring in the screen and we'll start. Uh, Here are some of the questions while I'm compiling more. Krupali wants us to explain case two for forwarder and consolidator. Abhishek, over to you.
Should we go with the first one with Mr. Karthik Majeti?
Uh, uh, Abhishek, I'm sharing a screen. Don't
Okay,
confuse with the Q&A box
okay,
because
okay,
I'm compiling. Let's just concentrate over
fine.
here. I'm anyway concise. Otherwise, it'll be a confusion. So
Okay,
we'll follow this sheet.
okay.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, yeah, I can. I can.
Great. So let's do this in order so that we are able to. And I'm anyway placing more questions in the meanwhile.
Perfect.
Yeah. So the
Please
first
explain
question here
to.
is
Yeah.
from Krupali. Krupali says, please explain case 2 for forwarder and oblique consolidator.
Okay. What case actually Ms. Krupali want to know as a forwarder and a consolidator? Forwarder for case, basically you will be, mostly doing your house BL. So whenever you get your house BL, you need to combine your house BL against the master BL. You have to update and your cargo details, the container details, and later on your house BL will be mapped with the master BL record, where you can directly also file up your CSN directly with IceGate and share the details to the line. So the what line will then have a master cargo identification number, and they can consolidate that number into their manifest and file up their arrival or departure notifications. For consolidator again also, there will be multiple house BLs under one MBL, which can be later consolidated to one MCN number. So every PCN number of the every shipping bill, so one container, multiple shipping bill, you will have multiple PCN number which will consolidate into one MCN. Okay, I hope I have answered this question.
Great. So the second question is from Lena. Lena asked for SOC container imports. Few carriers asking tank importer to file SCN. Is it right? Only MBL involved in this shipment.
Yeah, you can file up your CSN. That is what
Okay.
the beauty of SCMTR. There is no need of dependency sharing your records with the concerned liner. If you're registered, you can directly upload your BL record. You can directly file up your SCX and upload it to IceGet portal. In return, whatever acknowledgement you get, you share it.
Okay. Great. So the next question is from Mr. Nitin. His question is, please advise are received PCIN number forwarded to CHA for BE filing purpose. I'm sorry, some questions are
Yeah,
a quick
I'm unable
short.
to
I'm
understand
sure
this
you,
question.
no problem. Nitin,
Received P number for. Yeah, what I guess that every BE bill of entry will have this PCN number for import. So that PCN number actually will be linked with your BE, like for export when it is related to your shipping bill. So for import, it will be related to your BE, and that there you can update your customer, your cargo identification number, and you can file up your uh, import CSN, that is SE.
I hope Mr. Nitin's question is answered. There's a question from Mini. If one container have two shipping bill, what are the details sessions required in the SEX?
So you will be have every shipping bill will have one PCN number. So you have to collaborate this both the PCN number into one CSN and have to file. So as long it is not like that, two multiple shipping bills will have multiple PCN number. So there you will, if you have a MBL to that, you will get a MCN number as well. So that MCN number will be for the liner point of view. For forwarder point of view, you will have this PCN, and every PCN number will goes into the consolidated box with every shipping bill.
So Lena has the next question. What if FF is facing challenges with registration? What is the timeline for customs to resolve such challenges? Now, Lena, I'm not sure if Abhishek would be able to answer this, but I take the liberty to respond to this. We had taken this up with the AMTOI had taken raised up this matter with DG Shipping. As per DG Shipping, there are no registrations pending just like that. So they want you to raise a complaint, and a ticket number is raised in the system. You are supposed to raise a complaint over there, and then, if possible, please write to AMTOI desk. You can just write it to info@amtoi.org, or my email ID, which is ec3@amtoi.org. Then we can try and take it up with the customs and understand. So for few people, we did try help them out. I'm not sure yet if everybody were able to get the registration. There could be some query, something which is not, there is no timeline as such defined, but the custom says that we don't take much time. That is their standard answer. Uh, Jitendra, the next question is, okay, we are not registered in IceGate. Then what is the procedure for submitting SCMTR? You'll have to register in IceGate. That is the procedure. Otherwise, you will have to use the shipping line or any other service provider. Mangesh, CFS bond number EG require for SCN filing or not, or we can file without CFS bond.
No, TG, this bond is not required as of now. You can go without bond number, and there are files which are being accepted. There are a lot of cases.
Okay. Next question is from Vinod. What will be a submitter type as an freight forwarder?
Submitted type of freight forwarder, you will be act as a ANC.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I'm not.
ANC, authorized notified carrier.
ANC.
Yes.
Okay. The next question is from Mahadev. Ms. Mahadev's question is, what will be the process for DPD customer to file DPD plus CFS movement in case we are filing both MBL and HBL?
So we are not, currently not sure with CFS movement what the custodian is going to do, because that part still is under a lot of discussion and testing, that how the CIM will work for the custodians. As of now, for as a ANC, you only need to file up your cargo and container details. The CFS or the carrier or the custodian, they will file up their part separate. For DPD, if you are taking a box directly for a port delivery, you need to file up your CSN.
Great. So the next question is from Karan. Karan's question is, I am getting CSN filing acceptance. However, when shipping line is filing CAN, they getting error stating PAN not authorized. Kindly guide what could be the possible reason, as data has been verified and those are correct.
So if you are receiving, positive acknowledgement from IceGet, then you are through. Now, if there is any issue for the liner kind of, issue they are receiving for the pan, then they have to take it with the IceGet, because maybe they have some technical glitches into that. As I said, there are still some gray areas, and people are working, the technical team is working. So that I can't comment at the moment, but there are cases, you are right, this is happening, and with the help of the support team of IceGet, those errors are getting eliminated slowly.
Great. The next question is from Mr. Omkar. If a company is registered as ASC with IceGate and also having a forwarding agency under the same PAN number, does it require any separate registration with Customs IceGate for filing of import and export HBL? That is CSN, PSIN,
No,
PCIN.
not at all. Not at all. If you are registered at a AC or ASA, you can definitely file up your manifest directly, and that doesn't require any other authorization.
We have import of empty tank SOC containers. So the process will be for CSN filing is there is no HBL involved in it. It's direct MBL, MBL.
Yeah, that is okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
if
so
you
you,
do HBL, then you have to mark your MBL, because that is where the link will come. The customs need to know this HBL house BL comes under which MBL.
great. So the next question is from Mini. If CFS is placed in port area and container to be moved to CFS and transshipped, details required or not?
No, I don't. Why this tranship? As I said, the CFS part of CIM or the cargo movement part, we are not clear at all at the moment. There are some issues with the transshipment. Yes, I'll give some examples. Like there are parties container being moved to Nepal or Bhutan, that side, and they don't have kind of proper document, and their document at the moment are not being manifested on a EI mode. So the transshipment part is not still clear. Today what we are discussing about how you can file up your notification or the manifestation. So the movement of transshipment from one CFS port to one CFS first depends on your CSN whether it is filed, and the arrival notification or the IGM is cleared or not. When it is done, then you can move out your cargo from port to the CFS, and port will file the CIM.
I hope people's questions are getting clear. Just a minute, going back to Samir. In an event freight forwarder is not included in HBL, do they still need to generate CSN?
If any,
Samir, this one.
okay, but there should be kind of BL, no? Whatever BL if you have, you can create your manifest and share as a CSN. So whether it is house or master, you can do it. But if you are doing your house BL, then the MBL will be required. That is mandated.
Okay. The next question is Mangesh. Could you please assess how to amend CSN data once PCIN number has been released or after received acknowledgement from IceKit?
So there are types of messages, different messages will be there. So if there is any kind of error is coming and you need to amend it, so there is amended JSON is also there, which need to be filed in between a speculated time. As of now, if there is any kind of error, the supplementary is being accepted by the customers. So you can ask the line for the supplementary.
Okay. Lina's question, I think, is continuation of her earlier question regarding the SOC. Is it importer's responsibility as importer is not registered for CSN filing? Importer is not willing to file CSN himself. Can they ask carrier to file CSN?
Yeah, you can. You can anytime. That is what I said. Right now, what is happening for AMC, either they are directly manifesting their file or they are asking the MLOs to do it. So you can. But the thing is, when you have this facility to do it by your own, try to have your registration and try to file up your own, so that you have the facility that and you don't have to expose your crucial information to everybody. You don't have to expose your data.
The next question is from Sambaji. His question is, please, can you advise a cargo itinerary for local transshipment cargo?
Advise the cargo itinerary for local transshipment. Basically, the itinerary part mainly will come for AAC or ASA, where they need to declare their transshipment from Nhava Sheva to Kochi, then your other port, Colombo, Singapore. They have to do it like that. For CSN creator, you don't have to do your itinerary. You only have to mention your PODs and POLs and port of origins. That's it. If any container, say for example, uh, from any of the dry ICD going to the seaport and then to outside, then the port of origin here will work for you, and the port of loading will work as a gateway port for import wise and versa. This is specially for CS.
The next question is from Mangesh. They want to know how to manifest for SEZ shipment.
So you have to give your PAN details. So once you register your PAN details, you will have all the details with your address, and system will capture everything over there, or the IEC details.
Great. The next question is from Mr. Vinod. While filing export CSN generation, we have received following error message in JSON file, which we have received from IceGate. What is this error? What is to be done to resolve this error? Please advise. Error code 082, error message, container bond not found for the agent.
So there is a question like this bond, but I think it need to be taken care with the IceGate supporting desk, because right now for filing of CSN, this bond is not required mandatory at all. So they will clear this message. At the
Okay.
moment, the bond is not mandatory.
Okay. So the next question is from Nitin. When will ICD filing service be started for LCL hub shipment?
I can't answer you that.
Some
When
trick
will ICD
questions.
filing?
They like to ask some trick questions all the time. Great. Anandu has a question. We have registered with the SCMTR earlier and status was showing as approved. The question is incomplete. Are they having problem in this thing? No idea. So we'll move on to the next one. Nitin's question, please advise manifest copy for, I think, Form 3 remaining same or change.
Form 3, basically the manifest copy. See, now manifest copy doesn't go with Form 3 or something like that. Manifestation is right now with entirely with the JSON and your cargo notification or sea departure notification. What exactly, the question is very tricky. I just want to know what exactly Mr. Nitin want to know.
Maybe Mr. Nitin can, in the meanwhile, ask the question
Yeah.
again. I'll move on to the next question. Mr. Omkar, is it mandatory for forwarder to file export HBL issue to shipper?
Yes, you have to.
Great. The next question is Viji. We are experiencing difficulties while attempting to register our IE code on IceGate portal. Showing the user is already registered for the selected role. Kindly try with another GSTN or role.
Sir, you need to contact IceGate help desk to this. They can only help you.
Great. The next question, Vijay, if one HBL has multiple shipping bill number, then how will you generate PCIN in such case?
See, then as I said in my one of the sequence, that if there is a multiple shipping bill for LCL cargos, then your all the PCN will come into one, which is called a MCIN. So you will have the MCN number, and see, for LCL cargo, whenever any shipping bill being used, you will get a CN number, right? So that CN number have to go as an MCI. So you can incorporate that MCN number as a CN number and file up your JSON. Ma'am, you're mute.
Sorry. I'm reading Deepak's question. For example, if MBL date is 15th August and HBL date is 13th August, then while filing SAM, IGM is it okay if dates are mismatched, or MBL and HBL date should match exactly same as SOB date?
It can be different, no problem. Doesn't matter. But it has to be updated in advance.
Okay, Vijay had also come back with the question that extension of a question in the IE code, that if asked to select either GSTN or IEC, if I select any one, I'm getting the said message that it is a duplicate entry. So they'll have to connect with IceGate.
Yes, right.
Next, yes. So the next question is of Mr. Venugopal. When we upload signed manifest JSON file, we get the message file uploaded successfully, but no acknowledgement email is received. This happens when there are some issues in the tags. There should be an acknowledgement stating the error issues with as much detail as possible about the error, even if the file couldn't be processed due to any issues. Can you please arrange this, as it will save huge time in various desks if clear and detailed error messages are given in case file couldn't be processed?
So, sir, the thing is, IceGate is a very tricky website nowadays. Whenever you file up your manifest, normally they give the acknowledgement. It has improved a lot compared to the, earlier days, but still, mostly every people or the register member, they have started getting the acknowledgement. If you are not getting your acknowledgement, whether it is a positive file or there are some errors into the file, you should get message. If not, please immediately contact the help desk. And if there is any issue with the structure, I guess you must be using some kind of application to create your CSN. Every application will have kind of validation, which actually validate your structure, your record, whether there is any kind of errors. And when the validation is successful, then you can upload your file. So if you're using kind of application, please make sure you have this kind of in-house arrangements so you can validate everything. In a naked eye, you may not count whether there is an issue with the structure or not, whether any information which is mandatory are missing or in wrong format. So those application will help you for your queries, like to validate the entire file and give you an output. Thank you.
So the next question is from Mr. Hariharan. If we want to download the SDM for our own vessel and HBLs are involved in this case, should we submit an SCX file to proceed with the SDM download? Since the SDM requires MCI pin, which is provided through the SCX file, is the correct?
If we want to download the SDM of our own vessel, if you're authorized for as a ASA or AC, you can upload your SDM directly. And the house bills are involved, yes, you have to update your house bill against your master bill. So the question is actually, one side is asking for SDM and this XCS. Okay. So the answer should be like, if you are authorized to file up your sea departure manifest, maybe your own vessel, or you have the final authority, there should be no kind of SCX in between that. All this information will come in the SDM only, as a master file. And what you can do, if you are having a own vessel or the feeder service where you are have your co-loaders in between, you can accept the CSN and collaborate with your SDM file. And if you are only acting as a ANC, your role will be limited to file up your SCX and share it with your NLO, where they will do the consolidation. Next question.
Great.
Thank you.
The next question is from Mr. Senthil Kumar. We need to change the mail ID and phone number details in the IceGate and still it is not updated. And we are raising complaint mails to IceGate and still the issues was not yet resolved. Kindly confirm what else we can do.
Sir, you have to knock the door again and again. You
Sambaji,
have to knock the door. There is no
so
other way.
I'm taking this as of now as the last question. Sambaji, is there any option for ANC register member in SCMTR to arrange LCL transshipment cargo in case of wrong routed cargo? Example, NAV cargo wrongly moved to Chennai by road moved under pond.
We are not clear to this yet.
Great. So I have a whole lot of questions. I think we will have to still there about few, but we will not be able to cover all the questions, I guess. So the best way to cover this is that we compile, we send it to you, Abhishek, and you give us an Excel file response, which we can send it along with the presentation. Couple of members have requested for the presentation. So presentation plus the questions we would send across, and also the Excel file which you've shared to us earlier regarding the format. We would be sharing all that with our members, and maybe then we can take it up.
Perfect.
I hope that was overall a fantastic, and with the number of questions, we can understand that the trade still has a lot of questions on. And I think, anyways, this specific online training would be uploaded on AMTOI website in few days, and we will be more than happy to, take up more questions. You are always welcome to write to us for any questions, and we will direct them and respond. So over to Harish Bhai.
Wow, that was I just realized that I didn't know anything that was happening, and I'm just learning all the more. So thank you. So on behalf of all the participants and of course the Anam Toy, let me extend our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Bakshi for taking time to conduct today's insightful webinar. His deep expertise and in SCMTR framework and all its technological dimensions, have significantly enriched at least my understanding, and I'm sure everybody else's also. All your practical insights that you've shared, on the preparedness, system integration, compliance, best practices, they're very, very valuable, I'm sure, to all the stakeholders in our industry, especially the logistics, freight forwarding, custom clearance, and everyone other than the carriers who are part of AMTOI, I'm sure. And so I really truly appreciate your effort in, making this session very informative, very engaging. And thank you once again for your
Thank
contribution.
you.
It's
Thank you.
it's
It's my
highly
pleasure.
invaluable,
My
and for
pleasure and
sharing your
my honor.
knowledge with us. We really look forward to more sessions with you in future. We will keep troubling you for
Sure.
more sessions. And thank you again. It was amazing.
Thank you. And we would love to volunteer myself for that, your members, so that everybody can, have the clear idea how to proceed with this new act.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone. Neha, you can stop the recording now.
Ma'am, you need to stop the record.
Great. You did make me the host.